What construction workers should know about the scaffold law in New York. New York construction sites are full of risks, and one of the most dangerous threats workers face involves working at heights. Falls from scaffolds, ladders, or roofs can result in serious injuries or even death. That's why New York has a law specifically meant to protect workers in these situations. Labor Law 240, known as the Scaffold Law, is designed to hold those in charge accountable when safety measures are ignored and a worker gets hurt. This law gives injured workers the opportunity to seek compensation after a gravity-related accident. The goal is to promote safety and prevent negligence from causing more harm. New York's Scaffold Law, or Labor Law 240, makes owners and contractors legally responsible for safety when jobs involve elevation risks. If a worker is hurt in a fall or by a falling object, and the right safety gear wasn't in place, the law allows that worker to sue for damages. Unlike other injury claims, it doesn't matter if the owner or contractor wasn't directly supervising the work. If they didn't provide adequate protection, they're liable. The law enforces what's called strict liability. That means the injured person doesn't have to prove negligence. The only exception is if the worker had the proper safety equipment, was trained to use it, and still ignored instructions. In that case, the court may find the worker solely responsible. The scaffold law is triggered by specific tasks. If a worker is erecting, demolishing, repairing, altering, painting, cleaning, or pointing on a site, they're covered. The owner or contractor must supply working safety devices like scaffolds, ladders, hoists, slings, or braces. If these aren't properly set up or maintained, the law can apply. If the job doesn't fall into one of these exact categories, a worker may still qualify for protection if they were doing something necessary for the project. So even if a worker's role isn't clearly listed, they may still be covered as long as their task was essential to the worksite. If you're wondering what construction workers should know about the scaffold law, it starts with understanding your rights. This law can help you seek compensation if you've been injured on the job due to a height-related risk. It's not enough to be injured. You'll have to show that the law was violated and that the violation contributed to your injury. This is where working with a lawyer can be crucial. One big difference in scaffold accident cases is how fault is handled. In most injury claims, if you were partially at fault, your compensation is reduced, but under the scaffold law, the court won't typically look at what the worker did wrong. Instead, it looks at whether the contractor or owner created a safe environment. If they didn't, they're usually the ones held responsible. In New York, labor laws 200, 240, and 241 work together to make construction sites safer. Labor Law 200 deals with general job site safety. It requires owners and contractors to manage known hazards. Labor Law 241 goes further, laying out how construction, demolition, and excavation should be handled. In any scaffold-related injury, understanding how these laws work together can help you build a stronger case. An attorney familiar with New York construction law can help explain your options and protect your rights. It's not enough to rely on workers' compensation. That might cover some medical bills, but it won't hold anyone responsible, and it can't prevent the same mistake from harming others later. This is why legal guidance matters. A knowledgeable lawyer can help you collect evidence, understand liability, and take steps to recover what you deserve. If you were hurt because a scaffold wasn't safe, the scaffold law may be on your side. For help navigating a scaffold accident case in New York, contact L Sanchez Law Office, PC. at 646-701-7990. Visit us at 3763 83rd Street #1 meter, Jackson Heights, New York, 11372, United States. We're here to support construction workers and help ensure that their rights are protected under the law.